cPods, the ultimate in portability for slow-down music files. The word cPod is short for cloud pods, and if you have heard or are familiar with the term cloud computing, you might have an inkling of where we're going with this cPod concept. But first, a little background. There are a number of software programs or apps that are designed to change pitch and tempo. Most often these are referred to as slow-down music programs because that is their most common use. They range in quality from great to, well, not so good. Our product, Song Surgeon version 3, is one of the best and most popular slow-down music products on the market today. It is used by a wide spectrum of musicians ranging from guitarists, drummers, and violinists to people that play a bodhran, Irish tin whistle, and a dobro. Heck, I don't even know what some of these instruments are. Song Surgeon is the first and only product in its category to offer cPod portability. But what does that mean? Well, it means that any Windows user can open a Song Surgeon cPod even if they don't have Song Surgeon installed, and an instance of Song Surgeon will open on their computer that they can use to change pitch, tempo, EQ, loops, etc. Pretty cool, huh? For some of the more experienced computer users, you may remember the days of Microsoft's Pack and Go files for PowerPoint. If you do, that's a good analogy for a Song Surgeon cPod. The best way for you to understand this concept and its usefulness is not to talk about it, but to see it in action. So let's do that right now by downloading and opening a cPod. You can find this cPod download in case you'd like to do this yourself on this page of our website. I'm going to leave it here for a few seconds so you can get this URL down in case you'd like to do that. Okay, I have now moved to the CloudPod page. You can see that I have it here in my browser window. And down here in the middle of the page is a button to download. We're going to click that. And it invokes this dialog box in Windows. We're going to go ahead and save it to our desktop. There we go. We'll give it a few seconds here to download, and then we'll proceed to open the cPod so you can see an illustration of what it allows you to do and how it works. Okay, it looks like the download is done. Let me go to my desktop. Hopefully it's not too cluttered. Here it is right here. We're going to double click this, so now watch what happens. So as you can see, the first thing that it does is it opens up a little information screen, and it tells you who created this cPod and some other information about it. There's some comments here. This was set up as an example band practice. So there's some comments to the guys in the band. There's the original file name. There was the date that it was created. So that's the first thing that you see. You click OK, and it goes about whatever it does here behind the scenes, under the hood, so to speak, and voila, it opens up an instance of Song Surgeon on your screen, and there you go. So you can see in this cPod that there are a number of markers here at the top. For instance, here's where the drums start. Here's verse 1. Here's chorus 1. Here's a reference to the guys in the band. We want to tighten this measure up, play it a little better. In other words, here's the end of the lead guitar. And you can put whatever types of markers and comments you want up here. He's also got an area right here set up where it will loop. And if we go into that area and click, you can see that this right now is being slowed down to 75% so people can play along with it. So the nice thing about a cPod is you get all of this information from the person that created it. That's number one. The second thing is that you can alter any of this information. For instance, right here in this looping area, if you'd like to slow this down more than 75%, you can slow it down to 50 or 40 or 30 or whatever you'd like. You could also set up additional looping areas. For instance, like this, if you wanted to create a loop for a different section. For instance, if you were the drummer, let's just assume that for a second. If you were the drummer and you wanted to set up a loop down here, you might, first of all, you might zoom in, and then if this is the big drum intro here, you might set up loops here and here. Now you have a looping area, so as a drummer you can hear this, you can slow it down, and you can practice. So the point is that not only do you get this file with all these notes or whatever comments that someone puts in already set up, but you can also modify it yourself so you can use it as a non-SongSurgeon customer. You can use SongSurgeon as if you're a customer. Now there's some limitations obviously, and the biggest limitation is that you cannot save any of these changes, because if you're using a cPod, you're a non-SongSurgeon customer, and there's no way for you then to save these changes. So assuming now that you've been working with this, you basically close the program and let's watch what happens. It says cPod status, clean exit, no changes to your computer. And that's essentially what happens. It's gone. You can look everywhere on your computer, you can't find it. The only thing that you have is this cPod original file, which if you wanted to open it again, you can. And if you open it again, it's going to go through the same series of things like it did the first time. It'll open up on the screen. But any changes that you may have made are going to be gone, because again, you are not a customer if you're using a cPod, and therefore you can't save any of these changes. So that's all. That's the cPod concept in a nutshell. I'd encourage you actually to go to this page which we were on and to download it yourself and give it a try. And I think as you do this on your own machine, you're going to be able to play around with it and see it, and you're going to like what you see a lot. So thanks for your time today.